Why are dogs always so excited to see their owner? In search of the reason why dogs are so insanely happy when they see their owner, we should look to history. The ancestors of modern four-legged favorites were wolves. Being social animals, they originally sought the company of man and in many ways treated him as a member of the pack. To dog owners, the joy of an animal returning home seems to be something commonplace, but it is not. The behavior is genetically transmitted, and in this way the pet not only expresses its love. Given that a person for a dog is a member of the pack, then the attitude to him accordingly. Wolves, when someone from the pack returned to the den, the first thing they did was to check what edible he brought. It was also important to make sure of the status of each member of the pack. Jumping on a person and the habit of leaning on him with his front paws, in addition to appreciation, friendliness, and exploration, is also a dominant gesture. A dog who considers his master the undisputed leader will never put his paws on him or allow himself to jump in his direction. It is important to understand that although dogs have long been perceived by humans as members of the family to avoid dangerous misunderstandings, their behavior should not be humanized. In a family, a dog sees no distinction between himself and his masters. Being a social creature, it is in dire need of companionship. Therefore, when his human pack leaves and he is left alone, the dog feels lonely. When family members return home and the body of the animal naturally releases the hormone of joy, whence comes the delight of such a degree. In the wild, representatives of the dog family are rarely left completely alone. Therefore, bright joy at the meeting with the host is a natural need of the animal. It is in acute need of tactile contact. To keep the animal comfortable and stress-free, it is important not to leave it alone for longer than 7 hours. Otherwise, the pet's psyche will be traumatized. After separation, spend some time with the dog, giving him all your attention to satisfy his need for socialization. It is also necessary to take into account that the responsibility for spoiling the property of the dog in the absence of the owner lies entirely on the person. She should not be punished for it. If the relationship with the animal is not built properly, it is necessary to limit active manifestations of joy at the meeting in the form of jumps. So that the dog does not feel lonely, at the meeting it is necessary to pet and talk to him, but do not allow him to put his paws on himself. This is very important if the animal began to show aggression in domestic situations. This is how the owner shows his leadership. Before entering the house, it is recommended to prepare a treat, and when the pet comes running towards you, give him a command of his choice, such as sit or lie down. Then praise him and give him a treat. After that you can start stroking the pet, but only without sitting down. It is important to stay above the animal and pet it standing up. An animal that feels loved and knows that when the owner returns, it will receive attention. And when the animal begins to spoil furniture and things, then this behavior indicates that the animal is experiencing severe stress and not knowing how to discharge emotions, begins to chew and scratch all surrounding objects. If, after a long separation, the animal receives punishment instead of contact, it will not understand why it is being punished. Punishment should be done ex post facto and without physical force. Punishing the pet after a long separation will only embitter the pet and may provoke aggressive behavior.
Yo,